So, a bit of a side note before I continue with my takeover in the video. Please bring back the six-sided ring. Bring back 6 sides of steel. Bring back the identity of Impact Wrestling and bring back a couple old school viewers. You guys are ready to do the the strong style type lucha libre high spot. So having a bit of diversifying ring style, plus for the American style audience, and to get the older viewers, just that enough could grab enough attention, and it would just make yourselves a lot more interesting to appear at than whatever the other companies are doing. A bit of a thought, but back with the regularly scheduled video. Alright, I'm gonna make this a brief video, and let me make this straight. I have tried to avoid talking much about wrestling to begin with, but the only thing that caught over my attention, even though Punk is back, we're over a month away for the rebranding of TNA Wrestling, knowing that Hard to Kill will be the debut back over in the name. I don't know how the broadcasting's going to be. I don't know how the environment's going to be, if the booking style is going to change, what the direction's going to be over in the booking style. Because Impact, I feel like out of all the smaller wrestling shows we've had that are in the below level or in collaboration with All Elite Wrestling, Impact has been somewhat sustainable viewership-wise. They've been a bit more consistent. The wrestling is around the same level. But production style and shows development, they try to collaborate more with the Mexican demographic of Lucha Libre. Whenever you see their collab shows, you see them wrestle over in high schools for their pay-per-view events when they can go over to local arenas. They don't have the torrential pull. They didn't have the touring pull like they had back around, at least we could say around 2012 or 13, when these guys were having monthly pay-per-views over in the wazoo. But they need to build over an imagery. Getting rid of Sami Callihan was a positive marquee about it. They have good wrestlers. I feel like their only upside is they still have presentable production, where at least they Impact wants to always make themselves a bit of a cinema, including the wrestling. But their indie-rific humor, especially around that poker segment shit, if you guys ever saw that when you were watching Impact backstage, that pissed me the hell off. Their women's division is pretty exceptional. Deonna Purrazzo's treated like a star. Mickie James is there. They have at least a serviceable women's division, so at least they get promo time. They have attractive chicks, they have technical women, they have tag teams, they have identifiable women that work over as managers. So they have a bit of a diversified women's division, and Impact always pride themselves off that. Get more of an identity over with your X division, because it's just going to be Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley carrying the hell out of it. I know that since Zachary Wentz came back, it's back to the Rascals to begin with, because Trey McGill, they try to push him over as a star. I think he headlined like Slammiversary with the world as a world heavyweight champion, like contender. And I'm still trying to get the taste out of my mouth, like them trying to push over Kofi Mania, like they did with Rich Swann being the Impact Wrestling World Champion. And I swear no Impact fan can remember a goddamn match, even if it was good. Sometimes it's better off if a guy's chasing the belt if you can't find a good one. And I understand their budget goes over to their production, their touring, and of course their plants. I mean their wrestlers. Another thing, their main event scene got to be way better. Try to utilize the free agent scene, or at least try to poach over certain guys that are not getting utilized, but have a presence. Karrion Kross is not doing anything on WWE. I know you probably are not going to get MJF, but Jay White could be a pan option. Try to poach over some financial stability as Will Ospreay. He could be probably a British AJ Styles in the mid-card. All he does is flippy stuff anyway. Try to build over a hype factor, knowing that he could be a draw for the mid-card could actually work. I don't mind Will Ospreay as an upper mid-card favorite, but it's pretty, these small fixes that can make Impact that good, but they're more on trying to proceed over to their niche, but still having the experience of still being a televised show that always makes Impact always fall in the lower region of now an indie than how they were being at least the second biggest wrestling promotion before AEW came about. And knowing that they got guys that can book, they got guys that can produce, and they got obviously people that can wrestle. But you guys think that Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander, and no disrespect, Alex Shelley has developed over as a decent heel persona, but they need guys that could perceivably draw, or at least guys that they can build over in the long term that won't become rentals, depending on if the show looks interesting, if there's going to be an up and up, because it always feels like Impact is either in the purgatory or in the downswing of things. But they need to keep guys like Moose happy. They need to push Moose. They need guys that can garner heat. Some guys that can garner the main event scene should be the major focus, not just the wrestlers, not just the mid-carders. You guys need something to perceivably draw attention to Impact Wrestling, and hopefully around this rebrand, we don't just wait until you guys sign up whatever backyard bin releases come from AEW and Impact and WWE. I don't want to hear Impact just only gaining relevance around Slammiversary build-up, just to tell us EC3 is doing another endeavor where he's going to get himself to be an undervalued main event piece, knowing that he's overrated. Impact can do something with this. And that's what makes it a bit more frustrating, especially for guys that possibly still follow the product even over the changing over to Impact Wrestling. Majority of their major stars leaving, the loss over in the ratings, productions, and of course the touring not being as consistent as how it was easier to probably watch Impact now in the day. And possibly for the rebrand, they can build over the older audience back. Just make sure Impact can perceive itself as something for not only the audience to watch, but probably newer guys that are not getting booked well to build over. And there is a history to be had over with TNA Wrestling, as much as they probably wanted to rebrand over to feel like they can evolve out of what Dixie Carter and perceivably a lot of the poor booking and dodgy business work even got them to begin with, to even lose their Spike/Paramount deal to begin with, when they were at least doing serviceable numbers that equaled around what SmackDown was doing at the time. So, that's my opinion on the matter. Hopefully, these opinions can work. You guys tell me how you feel on the comment section below. What do you think Impact Wrestling got to do to get themselves back over to the picture when they're rebranding back to TNA? That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to take my Tylenol. And happy holidays.